Good day, everyone. Tim from Timber Visions here. So it is a brisk January day. This morning I had already come over here and got things going. I did this bag of heating wood and then started making some bundle wood out of those ash rounds that Storm and I had gotten the other day. So my bags came in, my log lift bags came in, so I have 12 more, or which equals 4 full cords when I get them filled up, which is awesome. So I can get back at things here and get some firewood production going. So I kind of want to get this trailer empty for sure. So I kind of want to finish getting this trailer done. I would say a little over half of it's, or a little under half has been taken out so far. So it's empty from here back. I got these first 3 rows. So I've taken basically 2 rows of rounds out of there. So I always try to get a pallet up underneath here first. I don't always do that, but it's kind of nice if I do that first before I put the log lift bag up. I'll show you how these bags come. They come in a box, and they're folded up like this when you get them. And they'll never be this neat and tidy ever again. But the way I like to set them up here is I like these lower loops to be away from the tractor so that they're all set up to be unloaded when the time comes for that. For unloading and for drying, I feel that these log lift bags are a little bit better than the other ones. I can't say for sure, but so far they certainly seem better, especially for the unloading part, because you got those 2 loops on the bottom, which definitely helps with the unloading. But you got any wind, and no matter what, they're going to be blowing around until you get some wood put in there. But I always have to readjust after I get some wood in there, kind of throwing out to the edges to hold it in place, because you don't want it sitting on the pallet because it's going to stretch as you fill it, and you want it stretched out. You don't want it like down a little bit, because then you won't get the amount of wood in there that you want to have in there. I want to have a 1/3 of a cord, and this is the best way to make sure that that happens. So I'll get things going here. Probably put you on a time lapse because I got quite a bit of splitting to do, and it's just easier that way in the editing process, where I can just time lapse all the fun that's going on. So stick with me. All right, so that's another one of these full bags, 1/3 cord bags, base cord bags, whatever you want to call it. And I tried to get them heaped up here a little bit. They will settle and as they dry and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure that these hold a little bit more than 1/3 of a cord, from what I've seen. Anyway, so a lot of these ash logs are going towards heating wood, just because there's a lot of twisting in it and knots inside. So I just kind of have to go that direction. So I have probably 2/3 of a stack in IBC tote behind you there, and that's okay. I just mainly want to get this stuff processed, get my trailer freed up, and if I have time, I'll get the stuff that's on the bucking table also. But it's time for a break from the splitting to run the tractor and get that moved over here. So I'll set you guys up so you can see that. I'm getting a little more used to watching one of the forks here as I do this stuff. Doesn't always tell me where both forks are, but usually gives me enough information where I can get hooked up here. So these, being able to use these log lift bags, having this larger tractor is imperative to being able to use this way. My little tractor would never be able to do this, so it sure is handy having a tractor big enough to do this type of work, and because this really cuts down on my processing time, because it used to be quite a bit of time was spent stacking, and I don't have that kind of time put into stacking anymore. It really saves some time. So I'm just kind of packing these in here close to each other. There's still room in between them for airflow. Plus you got the mosquito netting, so I think that helps quite a bit for airflow. And I have most of the mosquito netting facing towards the north, and that's where our prevailing wind is. At least the dry wind comes from that direction, so that's probably the most important wind to me, is the dry wind. A southerly breeze usually brings moisture with it around here anyway. So but yeah, back in the day, I would have stacked that amount of wood into the back of my pickup box trailer, and now I would have to spend the time stacking that all up. And see how much faster this was? It's all right here. It's done. It can dry here. It'll stay here until I sell it, and that to me is amazing. I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm really looking forward to reaping the benefits of this all the way through. But right now in production, I am reaping the benefits because I'm able to do this a lot faster by myself. I don't have to count on anybody else to help me. I know Storm has helped me in the past, but he has other things he needs to do too. He can't always be over here helping me. Although he will be helping me. If you want some firewood, he will be helping me. So if you're watching Storm, you will be helping. So we're kind of back to where we started now. I do want to mention one thing, one of my viewers suggested keeping a wheelbarrow right next to it for the splitter while I'm splitting, so I can throw my debris in there. So I finally got my wheelbarrow back from the house. My wife needed it this past fall, and I hadn't gotten it back over here, but that was it's a good idea. I still have a lot of little splintery stuff that ends up on the ground, but you know, even if I didn't pick that up, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But I do have, I would say, a row left in the pickup box trailer, and then the stuff I have on the bucking's able to go yet. I'm getting a good start on heating wood for the winter of 2024-2025. So I got there 1 cord, 2 cords, and a third, another 2/3. So, yep, 3 cords sitting here, another couple face cords over there. So yeah, you know, it's a good start. So I don't know if I'll get there yet this winter or not, or if some will be done during the summer. We'll just have to see how that all shakes out. But while I have the bags and I have the wood, I'm going to be making some if the weather's halfway decent. It's not a great day for splitting wood today. It's kind of cold, especially with the breeze we got going on. But, you know, it's not snowing, it's not raining, and I will survive. But I just kind of wanted to check in with you guys, let you see what I'm up to. I know it's kind of the same thing I've been doing. If we ever get some snow, there'll definitely be some snow pushing videos with the snow pushers. So all you tractor followers, hold tight. I think it's Wednesday today, and I think that this coming Monday, we're supposed to get some snow. They were talking like 15 inches at one time, but I think that's down a little bit. But we'll see. If we do get a bunch of snow, you can guarantee the camera will be on, and I'll be pushing some snow and bringing that footage to you guys. But I do want to thank everybody for stopping in. I am excited about this coming year. We're in a good spot. You know, last year at this point, I was totally snowed in. I couldn't get any firewood production done over here at all. And I was scrambling come spring. I mean, I really had to get going to be able to have enough wood for even my bundles throughout the summer. And I really don't want to be in that position again this coming year. So I think we're in a good spot. We got a good start on things. And yes, some of this wood will go to my house, and some of it will go to Storm's house. But I think that will all be these Northern Woodsman bags. I think all of our heating wood will be kept in these. And I'll save all of this for the wood that I sell, just because of the bottom loops. Let me show you. You can kind of see them here. This is the bottom loop for this style bag. You got one single loop and it's right in the middle. Not that that doesn't work, but these bags here are a little better for my unloading anyway. I do think that they dry pretty good too. But you have 2 loops, one on each side. And if you've seen my video with my unloading pallet, those are a big part of it, is where you hook that to. And I think these are the key for me. But they made this style bag with 2 loops on the bottom. And that's another thing. This stitching for the straps, it goes all the way. It goes from this top loop all the way down to the bottom loop. You see that? So I mean, that's gonna take quite a bit to rip that out. Where on these, this, just a observation that I've had. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but on these, the bottom loop, it starts right here. It doesn't even go all the way to the corner. And then it comes over here. And then these top loops, they come, 2/3 of the way down, but it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. So I think strength-wise, these are a little better. And that mosquito netting looks like it would not hold up very well to wood, but some of these I've already filled up and dumped. Not this particular one, but some of them I have. And this holds up better than that white stuff, I think. If I could get a bag with all mosquito netting, I think I'd buy that. I do think that somebody out there makes them, but I'm not sure who. If you know, put it in the comments. I'd be interested in buying bags that are all mosquito netting. I'm sure there'd be a little bit more, because these cost more than these other bags. I think because of the mosquito netting. But this stuff's strong. It's really strong stuff. But yeah, if you're kind of thinking about going with bags, if you have the equipment to be able to move it, that's the biggest thing, right? If you have the equipment to be able to move it, and you're thinking about doing it, I've been pretty happy with it so far. You do have to have a plan on how to get unloaded, right? Some people might, and I did this with a couple of my bags, might just lift them up and load the whole thing and charge a deposit for the bag. And I did that with a couple bags. Gentleman that lives in the town south of here, he wanted some. He came with a flat rack, and he just wanted the whole thing loaded up. So I was like, okay, that's what we'll do. And that's how I sold it. And I don't have a problem with that as long as I get a deposit for it. It gives me the money to buy more bags to replace it. And then if he brings it back, well, then I have those bags back. I don't have to charge a deposit the next time. So now if you're doing that with a whole bunch of different accounts, that might get confusing. But I'd say as long as 2 bags come back and they're, the right kind of bag, I wouldn't really care. I have a bag to put firewood into. That's all that really matters. So, thank you guys for stopping in today. Until next time, be safe, brothers and sisters.